Hey everyone, Jeff Jones here with Violand Management. Now, they say all publicity is good publicity, right? Yeah, sure, I think so. Take United Airlines, for instance. We all remember the video. It was April 2017. It was a flight out of Chicago. All the passengers are sitting in their seats waiting for the plane to take off. And then they come over to the loudspeaker and they say, sorry, we need 4 of you to get off this plane because we got to put 4 employees on. They're more important than you are. So, of course, nobody volunteers. So they randomly select 4 passengers, 3 of which do get up and walk off the plane. One of them doesn't. He's a Vietnamese-American doctor. He says, sorry, I can't. I got to stay on this plane. I have patients that I need to see in the morning. So United calls in security. They promptly board the plane and beat the ever-living snot out of the guy. Remember, he bloodied his nose. They knocked out 2 of his teeth. They dragged him off the plane unconscious. He was all bloody and bruised. The next day, the CEO writes an email praising the employees, saying they followed company procedure, that the paying passenger sitting in his seat assigned to him by United Airlines was at fault. And my favorite part, sometimes passengers just need to be reaccommodated. The next day, they pulled 1,200 potential flyers who were aware of the incident, asked them their thoughts. 79% of them said they would never fly United again. The talking heads on TV said, that's it, United's done. You know what happened the next day? Their stock went up. The day after that, went up again and again and again and again. In fact, the following year, United posted a 39% increase in company profits. I myself have flown United at least a dozen times since that incident, often through Chicago. You want to know why? I wanted to save $15 on a flight. Sometimes I had a flight that left 7 a.m. instead of 6 and I wanted to sleep in an extra hour. That was more important to me than being outraged. Which takes us now to our good friends at BW3s and their recent Twitter activity. BW3s, if you're not aware, if you live under a rock or something, they're an extremely large casual sports eatery. They have over 1,200 locations worldwide. They're in 10 different countries. They're so big, in fact, they are the largest dispenser of beer in the world. They pour more individual beers to end users than anybody else in the entire world. This is a big, big deal, right? So what happened this week is the Columbus Blue Jackets swept the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round of the NHL playoffs. What made that so significant was it was the first ever playoff victory for the Columbus Blue Jacket organization, and the Tampa Bay Lightning was the #1 team during the regular season in hockey and were the heavy, heavy favorites to win the Stanley Cup. So, B-Dubs takes to Twitter. Good idea, right? No. Now, they could have, congratulated Columbus. They could have poked a little bit of fun at the Lightning, but they went in opposite direction. They poked a stick in the collective eye that is the city of Columbus. And they said, I wrote this down, congratulations on your first ever series win, Columbus. That's got to take the sting out of Urban leaving. Subtle shot at the fact that the extremely popular head football coach, Urban Meyer of the Ohio State Buckeyes, had recently and somewhat unexpectedly stepped down from his position. That tweet has now received thousands of replies, almost universally negative, and almost universally from people in the city of Columbus pissed at B-Dubs who are now saying, I'll never eat at your restaurant again. What makes this even more amazing, you know where the first ever B-Dubs is located, where the first one ever opened up? Columbus, Ohio, on High Street, right across from the Ohio State University campus. They have a very large corporate headquarters in Columbus, and it's their second largest market in the world for dollars spent at their restaurant. Yeah, they just pissed them off. Now, these seem like pretty easy, unavoidable mistakes, right? Don't beat up your customers or don't piss off your second biggest market out there. I got a buddy, he works, now I don't know if he did a ton of drugs in college or if he just hates overall productivity, but he works in human resources of all things. I know, ridiculous, but he works in human resources for B-Dubs. I was texting with him about it last night. I cannot repeat what he said about it, or else I have to change the viewing audience requirements of this video. But these are easily avoidable mistakes. Don't beat up your customers. Don't piss off your second largest market. But it all comes down to what we've been telling you for years. The issues in your organization are not system related. They're employee driven. All of them. Specifically, decision making. They should be easy decisions. Don't do that. Yet, here we are. So, makes me kind of wonder, you spend an awful lot of money to teach your employee how to dry, and that's important, and do that. How much time and money do you spend in teaching them how to make effective decisions? Because folks, it is a skill. It absolutely is, and it's one that has to be developed and trained. That's why we offer a class called Effective Decision Making at the Violand Executive Summit this year. how to gather the information, process the information, and more often than not, be able to use it to make more effective decisions. June 20th and 21st, Canton, Ohio. We do have a B-dubs here, by the way, and United Airlines flies into the Akron-Canton Airport. Fly at your own risk. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye.